Miss Susan Rodriguez from the Public Safety Communications Department is going to come up, and she is going to talk about the process of calling 911. It's an absolute pleasure to work with her. Please welcome Susan to the stage.
All right, so we are totally going to talk about what to do when you call 911. Obviously, nobody plans to have an emergency. If we did, we'd only have one shift of dispatchers. They'd work Monday through Friday, 8 to 5 with weekends and holidays off. That doesn't happen. So when you're faced with these types of incidents, we do want you to call 911. But we want to make sure that you also keep yourself safe and out of danger. As Micah said, you want to make sure that we're not asking somebody to confront anybody. We want you to keep yourself safe and out of danger. Now, when you're calling 911, there's things that you need to remember. Please know your location. Location, location, location. Can everybody say that with me? Location, location, location. It's so important that I said it 3 times. We need to know the location of the incident. If we don't know where you are, we can't send help to you. So give us that primary location. The address is key. If I had $1 for every time a 911 caller didn't know their location, I could go ahead and retire. So please know the location. Now, not only do we need to know the location, but where in the location are you? This is a rather large facility. Where are you at? Somebody said it? We're in the auditorium, but there are several auditoriums because this is an event center. We're in the Collinwood room. So think about situational awareness. Where are you? If you're at the grocery store, what aisle are you on? If you're in a business complex, what suite are you in? What floor are you on? Those are things that we need to know because, again, if we can give police and fire exactly where you are, that cuts down on their response time, okay? So the exact location, and then even within a room, where are you within the room? If you're close to the window, if you're behind the door, if you're in a supply closet, wherever you can give us, whatever information you can give us. Now, keep in mind that if you're calling from your cell phone, we are not going to get an exact location. It may not give us the location of the facility that you're in. So make sure that you're able to tell us the location and give us a callback number, okay? When you're calling 911, if you're in Plano, we have 2 types of people who work in the 911 center. We have call takers and we have dispatchers. And our call takers, their job is to answer the calls, process the information, and disseminate that information to the proper authorities. So, active shooter, this would be something that we would send both police and fire, and it would go to both entities at the same time. But we're going to gather all of that information. So, we're going to ask a whole lot of questions, and they may not make sense to you. But keep in mind, you're talking to the call taker. You're not talking to the person who's actually sending the help. Now, this type of incident, that call is immediately going to go to the dispatcher for them to send police and fire, okay? The call taker is still going to gather information, especially with an active shooter who's on the move, okay? That person could be going from room to room to room. We want an exact location, an updated location, because when they get there, they need to know where are they going now. That location may have changed from the time that you initially called. So, remain calm. Use some of that combat breathing. Take a deep breath. Answer all of our questions. And if you don't know, it's perfectly okay to say, I don't know. But give us as much information as you possibly can. You guys truly are the eyes and the ears. And you guys are the first part of the process. Because if we don't ever get the 911 call, we don't know that there's a problem. We don't know to send help. So we're gathering all of this information. And we're going to ask a ton of questions. Once we get that location, we're getting somebody on the way. But they need to know information. Actually, he just gave a great example of that. He put the clicker down and said, when you're going out, do this if you encounter the police. Okay? We're going to ask you for a description of the bad guy or bad guys. How many shooters are there? Where are they? What type of weapons do they have? What are they wearing? What do they look like? Where are they now? We're also going to ask you information about people who are injured. If you are in a position where you are safe, you are out of danger, and you can assist somebody else, the 911 call taker will provide you with pre-arrival instructions. They will tell you, if you don't remember, how to control the bleeding, how to provide some first aid information for those people who are waiting on medical assistance, because our medical people are going to be waiting until the police department tells them that it's okay for them to go in, because they're not armed. They're not the ones going to search out the bad guy. So there's a lot of coordination that goes into it, and the 911 center is part of that coordination. So we're able to take the information that you guys provide to us. You guys are our eyes and our ears, and you're going to give us all of that great information so that we're able to paint a picture for our police officers and firefighters who are responding to the situation. So what's the most important piece of information you need to give me? Location, 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 location. Is a generic location good enough? No. If you're not sure of the location, give us what you can see. Give us a landmark. Give us something to go by, and we'll be able to help you. What else do you guys think we need to know? What other information did I tell you we were going to ask for? Descriptions of the shooter. Anything that you can tell me about that person. If they're known to you. If they're not known, again, give us a description. And when we say a description, are they black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Indian? Are they tall? Are they short? Are they average? What kind of build do they have? Do they have a heavy build, a thin build, an average build? Are they wearing a hat? What kind of clothing? Long sleeve, short sleeve, pants? Anything that you can tell us to be able to identify that person, and then we're going to ask you, like I said, for the weapon information. Any piece of information, it doesn't go it's important. Any detail that you can remember, because like I said, that does paint the picture for police, fire, and EMS, so that way they know what to do. Like I said, and then we'll ask you again, how many people are injured? What type of injuries do we have? And that also helps us to be able to scale the response that we're providing. So we need to know, how many ambulances do we need to send? How many officers do we need to go? So this is all information that's key. Again, with your cell phones, make sure that you're able to give us a location, because if you don't get an exact location, remember that the call taker is not the person who's sending help, but help is already on the way, and that their job is to gather that information. So as much information as you can possibly give us. An exact location, where you are within the building. I said I use the example all the time when I talk to people about location. Let's say, for example, you have an emergency at Walmart. Can you just say, I'm at Walmart? How many Walmarts do we have in Plano? A ton. Have you ever lost anybody in Walmart? About once a week when I go to the grocery store with my husband. I turn around and all of a sudden he's gone. How long does it take you to find him in Walmart? It could take a while. Now, you have an emergency or an active shooter incident. They need to know exactly where to go. Are you at Walmart? Are you in the parking lot? Are you in customer service? Are you in the bathroom, the one at the front of the store or the back of the store? Frozen foods, garden section, ladies' wear, electronics, whatever the exact location of exactly where you are is going to be able to provide that information. So I just want to make sure that everybody just knows just how important that it is to remember your location, provide as much information as you possibly can, answer the questions, and whatever you do, please don't tell us, stop asking me questions and just send somebody. I can assure you, we've already got the cavalry coming. Everybody who can come is coming. But we're the ones that are relaying all of that vital information to those first responders. So thank you guys again. And